All right. I am back one more time. Thank you for coming to hang out in the arcade. We are 5Alive. I am Bobby T, and I'm talking about the Royal Rumble. I'm going to wait for a few people to come on. Don't know why I'm pointing so much at stuff. I got the guns. So I don't know how that's doing for me. Not very well. Oh, let's see. All right, cool. And so it looks like it's just me on, so I'll be just talking to myself. Feel free to stay on as long as you can. Standard, I'll be randomly talking, I guess. I'm just going to tag up the video and whatnot, that's all. Okay. So I guess in the meantime, you can focus on some of the beautiful Hasbro and Mattel customs. Find out which one's the custom. If you look in the field here, you'll maybe see it if you're familiar. And Royal Rumble legends in there. So I guess give that a look while I do this. Sorry for the silence. Usually this would be one of those moments where Martin and Krista would say like, "Hey, here's things about stuff and things," and you guys would be like, "Yeah, that's fucking cool, right?" Chris D. Oh, did you spot the custom? All right, good. It's let me fix the light. The whole side of my face is super bright. Turn that off, maybe. Oh, way better. Beautiful. So, speaking of the Hasbro Mattel customs, coming up, we're going to be moving all of our wrestling content over to 5AliveVP video podcasting wrestling. All of our live streams and all that, our Wednesday show, that'll be there. Our last Wrestling Wednesday show on VP will be this coming Wednesday. As of February 1st, it all switches over. We'll be doing Who's the Genetti reviews, toy reviews, because there are a ton of wrestling toys that is a part of the biz, just shirt reviews, slam crates, stuff like that. And then over on VP, it'll be all the toys and the anime and manga and all that stuff that we normally do, along with our Saturday show that we do live at 10:30. So do please like, share, and subscribe. We'll be talking Royal Rumble here in a few minutes once we get a few more people watching. Um, if you are watching, you're paying attention, say over in the chat who you are. We got Chris D, which is actually Kriza. He'll be here later tonight for the live show at 10:30. At around 9, Martin's going to be here. We're going to do some live NXT episodes, or I'm sorry, matches. We'll be doing live reviews of those and reactions, match by match. At 10:30, we will be going live. A bunch of blocks just fell upstairs or something. So yeah, that just kind of threw me off. I forgot what I was talking about. 10:30. Live show. We'll do our live show where we're talking about Walmart clearance and all the crazy toys and everything that it has yielded. And then we'll be probably talking more Royal Rumble, truthfully. I got a bunch of wrestling figures this week, too. So tune into that on VP. And I guess we can jump here into the Rumble. So for the pre show, um, as I understand, the pre show is going to be the Usos and the Golden Rings versus the Golden Rings. Now, that's fine, I guess, overall. I can't be mad at that. I think it's going to be a great match, but let me just double check that if there was any updates to the list. They're updating it like as the minutes go by. We have Beavis, our honorary fourth alive, who has done some videos with me on video game controllers and some of the retro pie stuff over on VP a while back. So go check those out. They're actually some pretty fun videos. But he is currently at NXT and he'll be at the Rumble tomorrow. I am really hard pressed. Philadelphia is only 2.5 hours from here. I can do that. So I'm really thinking to get the fast pass going there for the highway and get my ass to Philadelphia. So, Kriza, if you're not working tomorrow night or tomorrow, you want to go to Philadelphia? I don't know, man. This is I'm itching. I wanna go. So, Mommy T's probably right now upstairs going, ah, Christ, he's gonna go to freaking Royal Rumble tomorrow. I'll come back with cheesesteaks. What time do you close? We got to talk about this. It only takes 2.5 hours to get there. So, is anybody watching gonna go to the Rumble? Actually, that would be pretty interesting. Wonder what who your predictions are. Leave over in the chat who your predictions are. Who do you think's gonna win it? I really, I got as always. I want to be optimistic that there's something good is gonna happen. I don't think something good is gonna happen. I think they're gonna squander this or do this wrong, um, because they are WWE, and that's how we do things. Um, let's see, Roman. I think they're going to depend on the Elimination Chamber a little bit too much on the Raw side, where they really shouldn't, but they probably will. All right, well, I think that's enough. Tag that up. Oh, wait. Just one sec. We'll jump in a second. Like I said, I'm just tagging this up. All right, that is done. Now you can stop just watching my head. That's good. All right, guys. So, it looks like that's all we're getting. If anybody else knows of any other matches on the card except for the six that I currently know about, being Usos versus the Golden Rings, um, Shield Light, I guess, versus the Bar, AJ versus Sammy and KO, Bork versus Braun versus Kane of the AARP Society, the Women's Rumble, and the Men's Rumble. That's six. I think that's pretty much it. So, like I said, if you guys know anything that I don't know, any pre-match stuff, I did hear there's going to be possibly a cruiserweight match, 3-on-3 cruiserweight match. But let me just double check that. I just really want to be sure. Royal Rumble. I am really pumped for this. I am pumped for this. For like really weird reasons and kind of like out of the blue. I feel like I'm more of actually a SummerSlam fan. It's always been one of my favorites. That and Survivor Series. What are your favorite events? Leave over in the comments. We could talk about them. What were some of your biggest disappointments from those events? I love Survivor Series. I also remember Survivor Series 1990. So, that. The gobbledygooker and all of that nonsense. So, let's see. Oh, okay. We do have a couple things on the kickoff show. 3 matches on the kickoff show. Don't really know who one of these matches is going to be. Interesting. So, what ended up happening here is that Martin and I had actually shot a whole video, reaction video or a prediction video. This was 2 days ago. I had an issue. My computer died and my phone died at the same time, and it stopped the transfer midway through. It erased off of my phone and halfway made it to my computer. Therefore, I'm going to do this live. Shortly after this, at 9 o'clock or so, maybe 9:15, we'll be back to do some of those NXT. Dude, Halloween Havoc was great. I still love one of my favorite gimmicks that Chris was bringing up here as a favorite pay-per-view. The old WCW. I love Spin the Wheel, Make the Deal. Was awesome. You'd spin the wheel and it'd be like a death match or a barbed wire cage match, like the craziest stuff. I loved it when it was a gimmick, and that's where we also got the Yeti. The Yeti. That's right. I just did that. So, all right, guys, let's jump in. We are officially going to do this now. All right, first match of the night: Kalisto, Lince Dorado, and Gran Metalik. I am very excited as a Lucha fan. This is blowing my mind. Versus TJP. Jack Gallagher and Drew Gulak and the kickoff show. So with all that's going on with Enzo, we're not really going to comment on that on this channel right now, actually, because it's so messy. We don't want to even talk about the Enzo thing. So let's just go past that and say we're getting a 3-on-3. That 3-on-3 is going to be these guys. I really wish this was a 6-way match. I know they want to get everyone on the card, but right now there's no real clear contender. They clearly don't seem to want to give it to Cedric Alexander. So why not make this a tornado elimination tag or something weird? Like there was a way to do this a little better instead of a 3-on-3. That's a very New Japan thing to do. I guess we want some things from New Japan, but not everything. I don't need 3-on-3 matches every week. They're just okay. So in this, Heels versus Faces. I guess started off with Faces. There's no Cruiserweight Championship on the show. We'll go for the Lucha. The Kalisto, Dorado, Metalik. The rope work on Metalik is enough for me. I am going to be very pumped to watch that match, actually. So that's what I'll give it to, the Luchadors. Next match up on the card, we've got Luke Gallows. And if you disagree with me in any of this, leave it in the chat. I will debate you. Let's see. I'm a master debater. What's more disappointing, Halloween Havoc with Yeti or Vampiro? Well, Vampiro is he's a juggalo, so you're gonna probably get doused in Fago. I'm gonna go. The Yeti's the more disappointing Halloween Havoc, but the person you don't want to watch it with is Vampiro because of the Fago. Is my guess. All right, let's see. Let's actually share this with some of the guys over on some of the groups I'm in here. Hasbro Mania, a group I absolutely love. I can tell I'm a Hasbro collector. Actually, the case is wide open right now because I pulled a bunch of guys out. Talking. All right. The audio did not kick out, guys. I was just typing and I couldn't really do both. I'm not that good. So it's quiet. Again, this is why I normally have other people here. All right. I'll never forget Owen and Coco at Rumble. All right, that is amazing. So over in the chat we have a R, no name on R, but that's cool. I'll never forget Owen and Coco at the Rumble in 1990. I want to say it was 94, 93 or 94. And Heenan says it looks like they just woke up. Monsoon replies, "Just woke up." Heenan says, "Yeah, well, they still have their pajamas on." Dude, hold on. Let me just for the reference here. Tag teams. There we go. Oh, Janetti. Of course, Janetti's the one to go down. Dude, this is what he's talking about right here. I'll hold that up to the camera, maybe a little bit closer. He had baggy pants. He had these rat-ass boots. Anvil had the same thing going on there for a little while. So, but then Coco Beware joined into this nonsense. And, yeah, then that all happened. This is the only Owen Hart Hasbro we have. How awful is that, guys? Oh, so many people make the custom. I have to make one for myself of him in his Hart Foundation gear. There's very little Owen Hart out there because after his death, they stopped making stuff and they haven't really gotten the opportunity to release. So it kind of sucks because all we have is Pajama Owen. And then what's worse is it's the same body for the Neidhart. Like no difference whatsoever. So all right. Hopefully we get a couple people join in from Hasbro Mania and some of the Hasbro sites. Leave in the chat if you've joined in. Also like, share, and subscribe. We're going to be talking wrestling a lot tonight. It is NXT, and I'll be doing this tomorrow night also. So next match on the card, Luke Gallows and Carl Anderson versus The Revival. This is also in the kickoff show. All right. So at Raw 25th, The Revival got jobbed out hard. I think that was a certain amount of retaliation for them saying professional wrestling, and Vince got mad. This hopefully was the end of their payback. It's just, can we move on? The only way to do this would be to get a win over Gallows and Anderson. These two teams really match up, and um, they do some pretty awesome stuff. To quite simply put this, the old school style of the Revival and the Smash Mouth style of the Club is awesome. It's going to be a good match. I think in the end, I'd like to see the Revival win this, get a little bit of heat back. That would be my choice. The Revival. So, and if you agree, leave it over in the comments. If you disagree, leave it over in the comments. Do like, share, and subscribe. And again, all of our other stuff's moving over to 5AliveVP Wrestling, so I'll leave that link in there soon. United States champion Bobby Roode as champion versus to be announced. We still don't have somebody. That's interesting. I've heard the rumor of Dolph Ziggler coming back to win it. I don't think that's going to happen. Possibly Jinder Mahal would actually be a pretty solid match. Him and his moves. I don't mean the two guys who jump around him. I mean his man boobs. They are out of control right now. He looks like a teenage girl. Yeah, I'm rooting for TBA. TBA. So we actually have some new kind of doing stupid crap like that. So we have some new shirts coming out. They'll be out soon. We're going to be premiering them at an upcoming convention. We have a They Live style shirt with the 5 Alive in the background instead of the Obey. And then I also have a VPW with the barbed wire for our brand new channel. So keep an eye out for that. Next up on the list, I think Bobby Roode wins against TBA, I guess. I don't know. So I'm going to give this to you guys the way I think that the card should be. I don't think the men's rumble and the women's rumble should be close at all. I think we should start the show off with the women's rumble and end it with the men's rumble. There's a lot of things that can happen here. So, yeah, I guess let's just jump in. Just make sure nothing changed from my initial list. Okay. So, first match of the night should be the Women's Rumble. I think this is a good way to kick it off. Everyone will be really pumped up for it. They put a lot of heat into this. I have a little bit of a fantasy booking here to make this all make a little more sense. I would like to see, what is her name? God, I just forgot her name. Carmella. Carmella to pick her number and have it be number 30. We don't know this. They always do the little hide. This would maybe be in the pre-show. She then maybe attacks Charlotte before the Women's Rumble and gets a pin and wins the title. So now Carmella is the women's champion. Then, taking Carmella's place in the Rumble would be Charlotte at number 30 coming down. Or go the other route, and if you really want to build Charlotte, this is where she gets to match her father's accomplishment and come in very early in the Rumble and actually then win the Rumble and win the title, more or less, because then she's going to go to Mania, and of course Charlotte wins at Mania. They're good. So, all right. So, Chris is asking, did they finally get enough women for the Rumble? There will be. The way Meltzer has counted it right now is that I believe it was 19 until Paige got hurt. There will be a few NXT call-ups. I think we probably going to see, in my opinion, Ember Moon. We're going to see probably Billy Page and the other one there, the Mean Girls. Those two. Martin loves them. I can never remember their names. Billy Kay and the other one. I'm gonna get shit for that one, but yeah, I just don't remember their names. So I think they'll be called up. We'll probably see. I mean, look, we saw Trish Stratus recently. You know what, dude? Alundra Blaze, I would not doubt it. She's still in good fighting shape. Even if she just gets tossed out after 2 seconds by Asuka. I think Stephanie McMahon's jumping in. She's announcing, and we have seen announcers like Coach literally just take I think even Michael Cole jumped in like that. I think Stephanie McMahon's going to come in an empty ring situation. The way I see this playing out is there will be 2 women in. They throw each other out, leaving Stephanie McMahon in the ring by herself. And then that's when we hear Asuka come out. and then it's like an oh shit, and Stephanie McMahon gets kicked out by Asuka. Um, I don't know. That's how I see it. She's a McMahon. She's a McMahon. I don't know really what else to say about that. Um, the way I'd like to see this go is actually fairly simple. Asuka, while I know everybody out there is like, oh, she needs to win the Rumble. No, she doesn't. On Raw, she's gonna get the title shot versus Alexa Bliss. It's that's quite simple. So why should she win the Rumble? It wouldn't do anything for her. If you want to have somebody win, you have the Charlotte route, which what I had said possibly earlier that we see some kind of crazy attack. This is the Rumble. I think James Ellsworth is going to show up possibly in the men's Rumble. As why the hell wouldn't he? As a one night, everybody in Philly would love it. It would be stupid, and he'd get his ass thrown out. But the night before, or just before the Rumble, he can come back to help Carmella one more time because he's that addicted to her and actually get her the title. I mean, look, this is WWE. What the hell do I know? What the hell do any of us know? We're all just a bunch of, as I believe Brian Pillman once said, Mark Mother. So that's all of us, guys. So do you, as we're talking about the women's Rumble and got a bunch of toys out, you have any? You were saying you're a fan in 1993. Is there anything here that you remember as a toy? Like what was your favorite Hasbro figure? My favorite is I love the Macho V1, where he's got the buffed out neck and his arms are, he's got that jumpy kind of high flyer body. I always loved it's my favorite body for these guys. And then the second one would be the Macho King. I finally completed him in a damn near perfect mint. He's got the crown and the scepter, and I gave him Winged Eagle because he deserves it. There we go. Put him back down there. Got Ric Flair in here, like we were saying earlier, just legend of Royal Rumble, wins the title. So, yeah, dude, the LOD figures are dope. I wish they didn't make Animal a jumper. I think he deserved a better, different body. I would eventually like to revisit that figure myself as a customizer and change it up a little bit. I don't know what I would do, but I definitely wouldn't make it a jumper. If anything, I'd probably make it one of these bodies from that, or yeah, the macho body, like that style, but with the pads on. Actually, no pads. I think pants would actually be much cooler. Um, so I think winning the Rumble should either be Charlotte, Becky would make probably the most sense. Um, but my fan pick, and a lot of people's fan picks, I want to see Bayley come out as number one for a awesome entrance that everybody's going to go nuts for and last all 30 and win it. Go Iron Man. It would be amazing. We would go nuts. There's no way you could stop that. And this would be even in a world where Charlotte is still the champion. And so we have Charlotte over on SmackDown. Again, this is my fantasy booking here. Bayley goes Iron Man, wins it, and challenges, instead of going after Alexa Bliss, chooses to go after Charlotte. Because she hasn't had the SmackDown Women's Championship, and that's the one that she wants. So I think that would be my play. That's what I would absolutely love. I don't know. What do you guys think? Any fantasy bookings? Uh-oh. Let me just make sure. What do we got going on here? All right, guys. Huh. I don't know what happened there. What was the last thing I was talking about, guys? It seems like it had cut out. I hadn't looked down at my screen here, so sorry. Lost a few viewers, but hey, these are the things that happens. Kriza, you got anything, bud? Huh. All right, so I guess I'll just quickly go back over. Huh. Did you miss anything, or did I just like stop talking and get up? Huh, that was weird. Yeah, on my side, it wasn't really showing. Interesting. So, yeah, my hope is Bayley goes in at number one, gets the proper entrance, and survives to number 30. Wins it, goes on to challenge Charlotte on SmackDown for the title because she hasn't had the SmackDown title. So, that would be my fantasy booking. and I think everyone would love it. You're in a smart crowd with Philly, no messing around. It's already bad enough what they're going to do with Roman Reigns. Don't mess this up. Also, a little piece of my fantasy booking, going back to the James Ellsworth. Wouldn't it be great if he threw out Carmella or low bridged her? I think that would be pretty awesome. Oh, okay. So anyway, guys, we got a couple people watching. I was saying earlier, which of these figures do you love? Who is your favorite old school wrestler? Favorite Rumble moment? Actually, there's a lot of them. Um, are you a fan of Mr. Reigns or are you a fan of Hacksaw Jim Duggan? That is up to you. So we'll move on to, huh? Yeah, sorry guys, I did. Apparently, I just got up and walked away middle sentence, but it seemed like my feet had stopped. Weird. All right, so I think now second match of the night should be Shield Light versus the Bar, being Sheamus and Cesaro versus champions Jason Jordan and Seth Rollins. I think, look, this is gonna be a phenomenal match. There's no way that it can't be, but there are the things going on behind scenes, and that is Jason Jordan's back injury. He does have a minor back injury going right now. Where that will take him, does he need a little bit of a break before Mania? Uh, Nobody really knows what's going on with that. I don't want them to hotshot the title back to the Bar, but I am a fan of the Bar at the same time. So as much as I want to see them as champions, and it would be totally fine to me, I don't know what this really does for the title. I guess Authors of Pain may be coming up. Might inject a little bit of heat into that division if if Rollins and Jordan go their separate ways, which is one of the bookings that we all kind of were starting to know was going to happen. That they've already started to sow the seed of the kick from Rollins to, or I'm sorry, was it knees to Jordan? And now here is that how they lose the title? And now at Mania we see Jordan versus Rollins. Again, that'd be an awesome match. So I have no problem with that. Um, we shall see. So, what matches are you guys excited for tonight so far? Do like, share, and subscribe. I see we got some likes down there. Awesome. Share it around as much as you can. We need the subs. Once we hit 300, we are giving away that Sub Zero statue, is a quarter scale PCS Toy statue, brought to us by PCS Toys and 5Alive. So third match of the night is Usos versus Golden Rings. Now I don't know if I guess if they do this because it would be back to back tag matches. Um, yeah, all right. So I guess let's change that up. I think next match. So that first match would be Women's Rumble, then the Bar match. Bar wins it. I want to see Roman win, not because I'm a Reigns fan, but I want to see Philly fans freak out. Do you want to see Roman Reigns showered in old D cell batteries? Because that's what's going to happen. Um, so, all right. So, I think we'll see Women's Rumble. Then we'll see that Bar match. Then we will see AJ versus Sammy versus and versus Sammy and KO. KO currently has a real back injury. Part of why what happened on Monday happened was so that he could be out of the match as quick as possible, still draw a little bit of heat, and yeah, I don't know. Let's see. Hold on, we got some comments here. Yeah, yeah, Harry. It is tomorrow night at 8 p.m. Or I'm sorry, 7 p.m. Pre-show starts at 6. So, hey, Harry, man, how you doing? Do like, share, and subscribe, brother. We are doing giveaways, as we said earlier, and we're talking about the Royal Rumble and Hasbro's. Hasbro's and Mattel's the retro style. What's your favorite? Are you a fan of the action figures? Um, all right, so yeah, I think AJ versus Sammy and KO. Look, I'd love to see Sammy and KO win this one. It would be really cool to see a free-birded world championship. I know a lot of people don't like that idea. I absolutely love it. This would also be a good chance for KO to do limited work while having the heat of a championship going into Mania, with Sammy being the one who's constantly defending. And then obviously they're going to break up eventually. This is where you start to have Sammy go, well, what the hell, dude? I'm defending this title all the time. This is my title. And kind of going that route with them. We shall see. If I was betting, putting money down, it's AJ Styles. AJ Styles wins this thing every day of the week. He's phenomenal. Yep, we're gonna leave it at that. I think anybody can win this thing. The mark in me wants it to be Sammy and KO. The realist in me says that it will be AJ Styles. What the hell? Use the belt exactly, dude. Oh man, Heenan's awesome. Um, I was just loving that bit. I always forget from the first Raw when Heenan was trying to get in, and they're like, "Whoa, whoa, whoa! What the hell are you doing? Trying to get into the building?" He's like, "Yo, there's a show going on." That's one of the best bits. I love it. Um, all right, so next up, now we can go to the Usos versus the Golden Rings, is what we call them here, Benjamin and Gable. All right, this is a hard one because I love the Golden Rings, but in the real world, Jay Uso, Janetti of last week, he decided to get a DUI in Texas, and WWE is not very happy with stuff like that. So will he be losing? Will they be losing the titles and giving them over to the Golden Rings? Maybe. That's what the realist says. That's probably what's going to happen. What I'd like to see is the Usos actually to retain. As much as I love the Golden Rings, don't want them to win it here. I like that the Usos have defended a few times. I'd like to see the title defended by the same team for a while, especially a team as awesome as the Usos. Um, Look, I don't like the DUI, but again, we're talking wrestling. This Jimmy Snuka existed in this world, so yeah. Baby T's going nuts up there. We're gonna have to wrap this one up soon. So yeah, I think the Usos win it. Go on to feud with Bludgeon Brothers possibly. They're kind of can't be denied right now. New Day's off, just kind of having fun. So next up on the card would then be this would also be that would be a little bit of a cooler match too. The Usos because it's a 2 out of 3, a little drawn out. Um, Now we go into Bork versus Braun versus Kane. Now this match and actually the Usos match are kind of interchangeable. It depends on how they want to play the crowd. Um, oh, interesting. I didn't see an Usos hat. Interesting. So the Brock versus Braun versus Kane. Kane's clearly there to eat the pin. Part of me goes, what the hell? What if Kane wins this thing by some weird stroke? Not going to happen. He's there to eat the pin from Brock. Um, Brock clearly wins because Brock wins, so Roman can win. The other crazy fantasy booking is that Kane gets pinned by Braun. Braun wins the title, and then we head into Elimination Chamber with something going on there. That's like a crazy reach. The only thing that truly makes sense here, going into what we all know is going to happen, being Roman Reigns versus Brock Lesnar, is Lesnar wins this one. I could see how they end three-way matches lately is the stolen finisher. So I see this being Strowman power slamming Kane, getting up into an F5 from Brock immediately, kind of like a RKO style, just out of nowhere. Drops Braun, gets the pin real fast on Kane, because now Kane is down and so is Braun. So now Kane, Braun doesn't lose heat. Brock keeps the title. We move on. Kane eats a pin. So that's my prediction. Braun wins this one. Um, I'm sorry, Brock wins this one. Now, going into the Royal Rumble, I think there's some things I'd love to see. That would be hilarious. I would love to see Ty Dillinger not come out at 10, but come out as number 9 or number 11. That would just be hilarious. Anything but have number 10 be somebody we've been waiting for. Maybe make that one of the surprises. We got a sub, huh? Hey, how you doing, Mamet? We got a sub challenge. Huh. I'll have to check that out. Well, I'll check that out after we do this. So, All right, so going into the Rumble, we got a few people here watching again? Who was your favorite Rumble moments? Some of your favorite Rumble wrestlers, Rumble premieres being AJ Styles coming out in 2016, Ric Flair's crazy run. We had Iron Man, Bret Hart, just all of the Taker moments. There was so much. Hey, number one, Hacksaw Jim Duggan. The man who was screwed out of a Rumble win. All of it, man. There was so much. Stone Cold Steve Austin, his amazing run. Oh, and Hart's stuff that he's done. Kane, man, just tossing out everybody and then getting beat out by none other than Roman Reigns. Oh, sorry, let me just put this down. No, it's cocked. I don't want anybody to die. Just put that down. So, all right, going into the Rumble, I think Angle will come out at number 10. I think that would be pretty awesome. Everyone would be totally pumped for that one. Some of our later entrances and surprises. I think we'll. All right, Ricochet. I want him to come out in NXT. It would be such a waste to have him on the main roster. Um, Reigns versus Cena, yes, no. Reigns versus Cena where? At Mania or at Elimination Chamber? Um, so I guess we'll fast forward pretty much right to the end. Um, there's a certain way to play this, there's a certain way to not play this. I think someone like Braun Strowman, who just got screwed out of the title, um, that he might make an appearance. We've seen that before. I can't remember the exact year of it, but losing and then showing up. Was it Alberto Del Rio? Yeah, I don't remember who did it. Um, but I could see Braun coming down and throwing out Roman, and he himself getting thrown out because Braun's not going to win this. Um, because we know that it is in yeah, it's inevitable. We're gonna see Brock versus Brock, or I'm sorry, Brock versus Roman at Mania. How do we get there? This is kind of my thought. Roman gets thrown out by Braun, or someone maybe gets screwed over by Brock and Paul Heyman in one way or another. We'll see. Maybe even Samoa Joe gets involved in this. He's still kind of injured, but we don't really fully know. Um, so I would like to see Roman getting tossed and winning the Elimination Chamber because Elimination Chamber is Raw this year. So him winning Elimination Chamber would put him over as very strong and able to go fight against Brock and make that the number one contenders match. It would make too much sense, so it's not going to happen. But in that Elimination Chamber can be Kane again if you want to waste the spot, a healthy Seth Rollins, Roman Reigns, possibly John Cena. There's a way to make this. There's a way to get a few matches kind of worked in there too for Mania. Uh, what's going to happen here with Angle and Triple H? That's got to be somewhere on the card there too. And that's kind of why I think a possible surprise will be Triple H. He has been kind of ramping up a little bit, and he's been doing a lot of the international matches. Then to have him go up against Kurt Angle, who's had a few matches and is still very clearly able to go, makes sense. We got to get this started eventually. I think it's going to get started at the Rumble. Yeah, Balor in the Chamber would be awesome, and Bray in the Chamber. Bray is always awesome in the Chamber. It's the way it's shot, his move set. It's just something about it. It really lends itself to it. Yeah, there's a good Chamber match in there. We just got to kind of figure out the recipe. Um, Figure match. I think Reigns versus Cena in the real world. Cena should win it. Cena's actually pretty dope. He can really push a match. Um, in the real world of wrestling, the kayfabe world, Reigns wins that one. Figure versus figure. I'd say I actually do like the Roman Reigns figure. I like the action. I've always liked the punch action, and he has the crooked arm. So doing headlocks, things like that makes sense. Uppercuts. Um, but the Cena has your basic like slam. He's got the slam body. He just has the warrior body with shorts. I don't really like it that much. So all right. So only two people watching. Yikes on bikes. So All right, so we got our Rumble is Roman's out, and going forward, I think the winner will be Shinsuke Nakamura. Everyone's kind of saying that, which means it may not happen. We shall see. Um, does it go to someone corny like Baron Corbin and then it gets stripped from him? That by all means could happen. Does Dolph Ziggler win it? Coming out of nowhere at number 29. So many crazy things can happen. Again, leave a comment in the chat or down in the comments themselves. Remember that we are moving over everything to 5Live VP Wrestling. So if you search that out in the old YouTubes, you will find us. Let me get over here and I will put a link to that actually over here in the comments so you guys can go sub. When we hit 100, I will be revealing my top secret project I've been working on in the scale of Hasbro. I think it's going to be super awesome. So I'll be revealing that and then also giving away one of those in the style, the character of their choosing in this new style I've made. All right. So here we go. I'm going to put that over in the comments. Oh, it won't let me put my own web address in. Anyway, so it's 5AliveVP Wrestling. Saying that, I guess maybe I'm spamming. Whatever. Jerk faces. I'll put it in the comments. So, who do you guys think's going to win this one, guys? I am very interested to know. All right, guys. I'm actually going to get going here. It is pretty late. Hey, what's going on? Raw Nostalgia just came in. Which championship? We did go over the championships before. Uh, I personally am predicting that Brock Lesnar wins it after Braun Strowman power slams Kane, and then jumps up right into an F5. We now know the F5 cannot be kicked out of. One does it, and actually he'll be down, and Brock Lesnar will pin Kane. Kane is there to eat the pin. We all know this. Why else would he be there? And then for the other title, the SmackDown Championship, being AJ versus Sami and KO. I think AJ is going to win this thing. Obviously, that's kind of the route they'd have to take with it. KO does have a back injury. My fantasy booking is that KO and Sami win this, and KO does a lot of the work, letting Sami heal up a little, or letting KO heal up a little bit while working the microphone. It's what he does best. So that's what I'd like to see, but I think that's how that goes. Ha! Special delivery Jones. That would be amazing. Yeah, no, I pray Kane does not murder anyone because I doubt he's going to lift 300 plus pounds of either of those gentlemen. Um, who are you making, a Kane or a Braun Strowman? Speaking to Raw Nostalgia, you say you're halfway through making him right now. Sorry, guys. Anybody who's on, SD Jones. Oh, awesome. Anybody who's on right now, do go like, share, and subscribe. On this channel, when we hit 300 subs, we are going to be giving away that Sub-Zero statue that is behind me. It's a 1/4 inch scale PCS, so Pop Culture Shock Toys statue. Limited of, I believe, 1,500. This is a $300+ statue. If you live here in the 48 states, we will ship it to you if you win. You can win out of here, out of the 48, but you're going to have to pay for shipping on that. We'll give you the option. We'll be giving that away live when we reach 300. Then the next giveaway is going to be massive. When we hit 1,000, we are going to more than likely be giving away, and don't fully quote me yet. We'll see how we feel about it. But we have a Blanca statue, a 1/4 scale Blanca of Street Fighter statue by PCS Toys. It is a monster. We'll be giving that away possibly. So please do like, share, and subscribe. I do post in Hasbro Mania quite a bit. So when we reach the 100 over on VP Wrestling, I'll be giving away a Bobby T custom of my brand new project. That's the nicest way I can say that. All right, so I'm going to jump back here into the chat. Figure match. Oh, absolutely. Yes, the AJ Styles versus Kevin Owens. Yeah, I'd like to see that. Do like a little stop motion if that's the way you're liking it. But in a perfect world, oh man, I'd love them both to be always perfectly healthy at the same time. I'd love to see those two just go at. Oh, that'd be amazing. Um, which of the Mattel Retro are you most looking forward to next? Flair, Zayn, Owens, or Balor? Um, all right. Here's the problem I have with the Balor. I like the figure. I'm definitely going to get two of them as I do try to get one to keep sealed and one to take out to have fun with. The Balor's going to be cool. I can make a better Balor. I have made a better Balor. So I'm not, like, I don't really care, It doesn't really do it for me. And plus, I don't know, the body is just blah. I'm excited for the character to get something, but again, we can make. I've seen on our groups, on Hasbro and all these other ones, I've seen better Balors. The one that Tommy Customs made blew my damn mind. Um, let's see. The Flair I do like. The Zane I really do enjoy. I think he's got the right body. It's perfect. Although I would have liked to have seen in Zane possibly arms that were. How do I explain this? Very similar to the Macho Man V1 body, where it's those arms and then having a kick action because he does the haluva kick, and then with those arms he'd be able to do a blue thunder bomb. So I think that was a little bit of a miss on their part. Um, the Owens, yeah, again the Owens is just okay. We've already had an Owens, so yeah, exactly. Same thing. I do like the Sammy because it is a new pose. It's more akin to this, which is one of my favorite bodies. Again, my favorite body being Macho V1. Second favorite body being Macho King. Um, then from there down, Jake the Snake and whatnot for the classics. I love this new AJ body. I think it's pretty awesome. It's the same as the Stone Cold body, basically. So they did a couple really good things. Oh, guys, this going to everybody on here who is a customizer. I've been loading up on them. Martin's coming with a bunch for me. Hit your Walmarts. There's a massive clearance going on. We're going to talk about it on our 10:30 show. We're also doing some NXT stuff, which is why I got to get off here. We're gonna do some NXT sync ups. I will post those links over in Hasbro Mania. Looking at about 9:15 or so. Um, so Walmart has had Series One of the Mattel line for $2.50 per figure, guys. Even if you don't like the figure, get the figure, use the parts. Like, this is amazing. I went nuts. I think I have a grand total of seven Warriors now, and a few KOs, and a few Brooks, and a few. So, what the hell? A body's a body, man. I can do quite a bit with these things. I don't like the shorts on the Bork or the Cena. The Roman Reigns is a little much of a custom sculpt, but I do like the pants. I could do a little bit with that. The pants and the boot combo, maybe do some sanity customs. That's probably what this would make the best of Aleister Black body. Or not Aleister Black, what the hell's his name? The one who slices his head open in War Games. Oh, let me read here. I think you're right on the Macho Man. Yeah, my least favorite being the one in the jacket, but I know I'm in the minority on that one. I think the first two Macho bodies were perfection. If this is true, the Madness Macho, WCW Madness Macho, using the Warrior body, looks awesome. I do want to use that body to do a few other things with. I have a tag team in mind and a few other people in mind using that Warrior body that I have a ton of now, which I still will be out there scouring for. So if you do find them, remember, guys, they are out there. They just got to hit. Yes, sir, my man. So, guys, I'm actually going to get going here. Got to kind of recharge here before our NXT videos. Like I was saying, around 9:15, so expect a link to pop up right around then. It will be myself and Martin. Then at 10:30, we'll do our regular toy show where you're going to see all of the freaking toys we bought this week. So, guys, remember, thank you for hanging out with Five Alive here in the arcade. I am Bobby T, and you bought it because you loved it. It's all that matters, guys.